Alright, welcome to the channel again. And I'm making an actual video, but not gaming. I promise it'll come eventually. So, today I wanted to make a video on something I recently got very passionate about the start of COVID. So the start of COVID happened, I didn't know what to do, so I just, subwebbed the internet. I recently was strolling to YouTube, and I found a little video of KSI versus Logan Paul 2. I don't know how I got roped into this, but everything started coming in. I saw those videos, I just kabloo, kablam, kabloo. I know nothing makes sense, but I got really inspired by those videos of, rewinding to how KSI beat Logan, how Deji was fighting Jake, in Gibb's redemption fight. Everything just came to me and was like, I actually like boxing. So in the very near future, maybe I might fight somebody, but whether it be a freaking Sniper Wolf or freaking Bat Baby, I don't know. But I fell in love with the sport, and I wouldn't be surprised if in my later years of not being 17, I just happened to fight somebody. But besides the point, today we're going to be ranking, and I made this tier list, we're going to be ranking influencer boxing. So, the most entertaining influencer fights tier list maker. If you look at the description down below, you can find this website and make a tier list of your own. Anyway, so let's start. So this is the JMX versus Coach Richards fight. To be honest, I'm gonna just tell you guys right now, I'm not a connoisseur of boxing. I've been watching how things are progressing within the boxing community for the past 2 years or so. I think it's interesting, and just saying this is just an opinion. I'm not a connoisseur. I'm not Faze Sensei. I'm not Vidal. I'm not anything. So this is just how I see it and how entertaining I found it. So for what I've seen of the fight, and obviously JMX won. Obviously it's a decent fight. I wouldn't say it was like very exciting as I was looking, because I'm basically judging the fight, not the build up, not the post. Like, what I see is that, yeah, interesting. Couple few jabs here, landing some big punches. Yeah, I'd say it's a decent fight. It's not as exciting as, I was up in my seats. I didn't know who was going to win, but throughout the rounds, you can kind of see who was the clear fighter. This fight, now, dog water. Everybody knows this. Man was dancing on the ring. Are you good or are you good? What? The fact that KSI forgot that this was on his own event says a lot about the fight. But fair enough, they showed up to fight. Dog water. Now, Gibb versus Jay. I would say it was a good fight. Knowing Gibb, he knows how to make a performance on the ring and off the ring. But the fight itself, I wouldn't say it was like, whoa, I need to watch this right now again and again and again. I would pay money to watch this again and again and again. I wasn't out of my seat watching. Looking back into the fight, I would put it on, it's a decent fight. A lot of these are going to be, it's a decent fight. Now, Deji versus Jake. I would say Deji's greatest performance, as well as I just like seeing Jake Paul being bleeding. So, Deji versus Jake, I would say it was a performance. I would say it was a great performance at that. It was definitely interesting because the atmosphere around it was like, whoa. I would watch this on repeat. It's a pretty good fight. I don't want to see Deji losing on repeat, but I would watch this on repeat. KSI versus Logan Paul, the first fight. Not much to say, other than throughout the later rounds, obviously we saw big pounding KSI come out and truly put the pressure on Logan, while Logan having that really good reach, keeping him at bay. I'd say I would watch this on repeat too, just because how much you anticipate one person to win, but then the other person is as good, so you're here up on your seat and saying, oh my god, I don't know who's going to win. So that's what I want in a fight. If both fighters are being good, if I am anticipating someone to either get technical knockout or a knockout, then yeah, I would love to see this fight on repeat. Now, Jake Paul versus Joe Weller, dog water. What was that? What was that? What was that? What was that? What? Joe Weller, if you're going to ever do this again, I'd suggest you quit boxing. I would say dog water. It explains itself. We had early Jake Paul, trolling Jake Paul, and Joe Weller, who likes to get punched in the face. I wouldn't count it as a knockout. It's a sparring match, and it doesn't count. Faze versus Wasabi. What the heck did I just watch? You can see the early stages of Alex Wasabi. I don't care about Faze 2. Faze 2 was training at the time, and Alex wasn't, so I would understand a knockout. I cannot say that, hey, this was actually a really good fight and all that stuff. I'm just saying, what the heck did I just watch? Because, hey, entertaining at most.
Carry on.
Adam Sala versus, forgot who the heck that is. Not very much to say about it, other than decent fight, One got knocked down. We like to see a knockdown. It builds up the atmosphere, gets people cheering. And that's what boxing's about. Power, agility. What is boxing about? You love to see a knockdown. And I'm telling this as an audience perspective. I am just an audience. This is what an audience review is. I've never actually truly been in the ring with somebody and fought somebody in a bunch of headlights and stuff. Yeah, decent fight. Adam Sala, it's a decent fight. Faze versus Slim. Ew! What the heck did I just watch? Like I said, Faze likes to get punched in the face. Am I wrong though? What happened? First you show us a video of you knocking out Alex Wasabi. Then you yourself gets punched in the face 20 billion times. Faze clearly didn't care about agility, so hey, whatever. So what the heck did I just watch? Because I didn't really like the fight. Now, this other fight. The one where the guy gets married. Yeah, cool fight. I was surprised that I actually liked this fight. It was a pretty good fight. I don't know either of them. I just watched the fight and it was fine. So I don't want to put it on it's a decent fight because that would put them on the same level. You know what? I'm going to put it there. Move Gibb up because that's the most decent fight I've seen. And move Adam Sala up. There we go. Actually, move Adam Sala. Yes, I'm a big fan of Gibb. I know Gibb is gonna get angry if he ever knows I exist. But yeah. Now, Theo Baker versus Joe Weller. The thing that started this entire thing. What? The match that started this entire YouTube boxing. I don't think either of them thought this was ever gonna happen, and they should take more credit for it. So I'm gonna say it was right in between JMX and Coach Richards versus that Jonathan B guy versus that Nikita guy. And this is Nikita Ababi versus Jonathan B. Now this was a fight to behold. Oh my god, it was so good. I am even inclined to put this up here. So apparently I got my things wrong, so I had to watch another one of Nikita Bobby's fights. So sorry, got my mixed up. Got disqualified. Now, KSI v Logan 2. I don't want to say that the build-up had an... Oh my god. I want to take the build-up away from the fight, but you can't. You can't. The way that this fight had so much heart and meaning in it. Because normally, professional fighters fight for a title, so it's nothing personal, it's all just business. But this was putting dignity of a channel you created on the line because you didn't like each other. Now that's what I call talking the talk and walking the walk. Both guys talk that talk, walk that walk, but one had to walk away with that talk, and that was KSI. So, I'm gonna tell you this. I don't think anything will ever beat the amount of excitement each round of this fight had. So, for that, it's goated. And we're putting you... Obviously, it's gonna be above anything. Let's be honest. Now, moving on. Jake Paul versus Gibb. Now, I love me some Gibb. But no. Oh man, did the crowd wave all the way to a loss. I know neither person knew that the whole knockdown, 3 knockdowns would equal a knockout. And I wouldn't say that Jake Paul won because of that, but rules are rules. Jake Paul won, Jake Paul won. So for that, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna put it on what the heck did I just watch? But at least you guys are up there. Because if the whole 3 knockdown thing didn't exist, I believe Gibb would go longer in the rounds and potentially have a decision loss. Yes. Ryan Johnston versus Kale Suraj. Now, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Kale Suraj had nothing. Literally nothing. In hand, out of hand, nothing. So, my guy was always gonna lose. I wouldn't watch this again. I don't think it's a decent fight. Clear winner, Canadian. I would put on what the heck did I just watch? Just because we all knew who was going to win. And normally you don't get that in boxing, but yeah. And I'm gonna put it above these two just because it wasn't a predicted. Oh, you know what? Put it above. Moving on to Landon McBroom versus Ben Azelard. I didn't think they had beef. I don't think they had beef, but Landon McBroom made it clear that he didn't like him. So, hey, do what you must, I guess. No reason to, but do what you must. And I think it was a nice fight. You know, you didn't think either one would win, but it didn't have as much traction as all of these, so you're at the very bottom of this. Now, Faze Jarvis versus Michael Lee. The fight itself, obviously, big knockout. You love to see it. And for that, I'm going to put you at the very second top of the It's a Decent Fight list, just because Adam Sala still had a knockdown and still won, which you don't predict that normally, and I'd like to be surprised. Now, DDG versus Nate Wyatt. It was a good fight. It went all the rounds. You can see the clear winner, and as much as you wanted for one person to get knocked down, they just wouldn't, and credits to Nate for that. I'm gonna put them at the second top of It's a Decent Fight list. Anyway, moving on. Gibb versus Taylor Holder. Man, put that up there. We did not see this coming. I thought he was gonna lose. I saw that Taylor Holder was a bigger guy, had a fighting history, all that stuff. And I just thought, maybe this is not the fight for Gibbs' redemption. Oh Lord, he proved me wrong! I absolutely loved this fight. I wanted to see everything happen for Gibb, because even though you think somebody's gonna lose, you still cheer for them no matter what. And that's what I did, and that's what Gibb knew, and he just delivered. He said, "You think I'm gonna lose? Think again." And that's what we saw. We saw a good fight, two people who are putting things on the line. Gibb, after this performance, I knew Gibb is the GOAT and has surpassed KSI at the moment. McBroom versus Bryce Hall. I wouldn't put him anywhere big just because it's Austin McScam. Yeah, I'll put him right at the end of, in the middle of those. It was a good fight to see, you know. It was fine. Sure, it was funny to see Bryce Hall cutting back to, I've been in like 50 street fights.
Because I'm an actual fighter. I've been in probably over 40 street fights.
Never claimed to be a fighter.
Bruh. It was a good fight. Obviously, the athlete won.
Really? Wow, I never would have. Gosh, that's a shocker.
But looking at this as an entertainment point of view, check if you want to watch it on repeat and how it was watching it live. I would say not much to see other than, big punches. The guy started bleeding. You wanted to see somebody get knocked down, except you kind of predicted the athlete to win. Anyway.